All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for this very special presentation. My name is Barry Overton from eXp Realty in Denver, Colorado, and I am going to be sharing with you some information that's going to be presented by two experts in the Miami area. I have first Mr. Michael Gebhardt, who is the CEO and founder of the Gebhardt Bank, a German investment bank with a strong focus on asset management and real estate investments, and his wife, Marely Caban, that's also going to be joining us here. She has over 25 years of experience in real estate as well, and we're also working in the Miami area. She's a top producer in the top 10 consistently in her office on a regular basis. So they have come across an amazing opportunity to bring together agents from all across the country to be able to sell real estate in Miami, luxury high-rise condos in the Miami area, no matter where you're at. And they're going to share how you can partner with them. So without any further ado, we have Michael and Mata joining us. Welcome, folks.
Hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
How you
Glad
doing?
to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm really excited to be able to hear this information. Every time I hear it from you, I get excited about it. So I know our guests are going to be excited to learn more about this as well. So let me pull up your presentation and I'll let you guys take it away.
Perfect. Yeah. So first of all, let me just tell you that we're very excited to be sharing this information with other fellow EXP agents. And I hope that that this is can actually become a very nice stream of income for other agents. So, so today we're going to be speaking about how to generate passive and future income when you're selling pre-construction sales. Okay. I guess the first question would be, so why pre-construction? So the first one that comes to mind when we say pre-construction is higher appreciation potential. What does that mean? Is that the new developments appreciate up to 10 to 15% a year until completion, when you compare it to the average 6% appreciation of existing condos in Miami. Second, early bird pricing advantages. What does that mean? The earlier you buy, the better, as prices are going up constantly as the construction progresses. Okay. Attractive payment plans, low deposit installments during construction phase, and balance at closing. Competitive financing options. Developers offer financing of the purchase price. So this is great for a lot of people. Customization opportunities. New developments offer different options for floors, tiles, countertops, cabinetry, appliances, etc. And there's also many upgrades that you can choose from. So I'm going to now let Michael explain to you guys a little bit about some graphics with some data that we have gotten from the latest market report Q1 2024 from the ISG.
Yeah, as you can see here on this graphic, this is the price appreciation in Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. This is the so-called Tri-County here in South Florida. For condos that are 10 years older or less, so these are like pretty new condo buildings. The average price appreciation in Greater Miami is, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, around 6%. And this for the last 60 years. So this is pretty constant, but with some ups and downs. As you can see here, you see the development in the last 4 years since 2020. So you see pre-COVID, 2021 was COVID. You don't see the 6% appreciation here because people were afraid. People didn't want to live in condos anymore. They wanted to buy single-family homes. So the prices were a little bit stuck. But after COVID in 2023, you'll see how the prices they went up. Even this is like even more than 8%. And now we are back to the average rate of 6% in the, as said, in the existing condos in resales. In the pre-construction, you can always add like something like 5% or even more to this 6% in the price appreciation. What we see here, also very interesting, is you see the actual numbers of condos under construction in 2023. On the very left side, these are 12 condos. And now in the first quarter of 2024, there are 24 condos under construction in Greater Miami. So this is from Coconut Grove up to Pompano Beach. And everything, of course, the most interesting market here in Miami is everything east of 5, so close to the Atlantic or to the bay. On the right side, you can see the number of pre-construction condos. You can see that also this number of developments, it doubled from 44 in the first quarter of 23 to 80. That's nearly doubled in the first quarter of 2024. But what is even more interesting, that if you can see that the number of units compared to the numbers in 2023, it even tripled. So because as you can see in 2020, so in the condos under construction, these were they were planned and permitted long before, or like I said, let's say during the COVID time, and nobody wanted to build like high rises. The average stories was 20, and now we are back to real high rise projects where the average number of stories is 70.
Okay, so I guess the second most important question that we have is why Miami, right? So we have gathered here a couple of very important points of what is driving about 1,000 people a day to Florida, which 600 of those are coming to Miami daily. So first of all, we have a strategic location with global appeal. Miami is the international hub of the trade between North, Central, and South America. Miami is the new Silicon Valley and cryptocurrency metropolis on the East Coast. Now we talk about the tax benefits. So Florida does not have state income tax, and there are other tax benefits also from homeowners. Rapid economic growth. Miami is attracting a lot of companies from all over the world and has the lowest unemployment rate during the last decade. Constant influx. So this is what I just mentioned. We have 1,000 people moving to Florida a day and 600 which are moving to Miami. We have attracted events throughout the year. So what happens when we have our Baza, Formula One, Ultra Music Festival, Miami Tennis Open, International Boat Show. These are events that people love to come. And of course, that drives also a lot of investors to have a place here where they can come and stay during these nice events. Sorry. And lastly, it's become a hotspot for celebrities. We have from Tom Brady to Lionel Messi to David Beckham to Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, just to mention a few.
So yeah, as Mara just said, there is over 1,000 people per day coming to Florida, and this makes us, as you can see on the right side of this slide, this makes us to number 2 in the nation. Number 1 is Texas with over, or let's say close to 1,300 people per day, and number 3 is North Carolina with a wide distance from the first two, with nearly 400 people coming in per day. If you see it by regions, you see the Midwest is dramatically losing population. The West and the Northwest, they're like equal, gaining a little bit, but then you look to the South, and this is mostly by Texas, Florida, North Carolina. These are over 1.4 million new residents that came in 2023. What is also interesting is that a lot of companies and big corporate America companies, big Wall Street companies, made the decision to move their headquarters, or at least big parts of their offices, to Miami. And so you can see in the first quarter of 2023, over 134 US companies have committed to Miami, whereas today it is the number is 204.
So now let's talk a little bit about the pre-construction purchase process, which and you probably would want to know and discuss with your clients. So basically, once you send us your clients, we will contact them to conduct a discovery call. This is very important because this is when we get to know a little bit of who they are, what are they looking for, do they need schools, do they need to be close to the airport, are they looking for a place where they can walk to everything, or they don't care to commute. So this is probably the most important part of the process. Once we have that information, then we select 1, 2, 3, 4 projects for them that reunite all of these requirements. Now keep in mind, we have over 50 projects in South Florida, in Miami, what is now Miami-Dade, but we have over 250 projects in the entire Florida. Okay, so once we have chosen the 1, 2, or 3 projects for your clients, we will then set up what do we call it, presentation calls. Okay, they can be in person if your client will choose to come here to Miami to go to the sales office, or we can do it also via Zoom call. It works just the same. Once the whole presentation is concluded, the client have asked all of their questions. If they decide to proceed with the purchase of a unit, then we're going to move on to the selecting a unit, and at that point then we give the price of the unit. If everything is okay and the client accepts all the terms, then we will go into signing reservation, if the project is still in the reservation phase, I should say. If not, then we'll go directly to signing a contract. After the contract has been signed and the client has wired the 10 or 20% that the developer requires, depending whether they are in reservation or in contract phase, the developer will then execute the contract. After the developer executes the contract, the buyer has 48 hours, some 24 hours, to go ahead and wire the initial deposit. Once that is done, then there's just going to be updates from the developer to us, just to let us know when it's groundbreaking, or when it's top off, or when they have reached the unit level, etc. They would want to do an event for the buyers, etc. Once the building has been completed, we will go and do an inspection of the unit. At that point, in developer's language, we say a punch list, where we walk the entire unit, we look at everything, and if there's anything that needs to be redone or fixed, or they forgot, or anything that the buyer have a question about, it goes on a punch list, and those items will be usually fixed before closing. Sometimes it goes after closing, but they will get done by the developer. Okay, and then it's just 1 or 2 days from closing date. At that point, the buyer just wires the cash to close, and then we do the closing date, and buyer gets the keys. So that is the entire process. Sorry. So what is a typical deposit or a payment schedule for buying pre-construction? So usually it's 10% of the purchase price is due at reservation. Another 10% is due at contract signing, another 10% at groundbreaking, another 10% is at when they reach the unit level, another 10% at top off, which it means when the building is vertical already, and usually the 50% is paid at closing, and this balance can be actually financed. Okay. Now, please keep in mind that this payment schedule that I just gave you may vary slightly depending on the developer. So how do we get paid? Us brokers get paid in pre-construction. Pre-construction offers anywhere between 4% to 10% commission to brokers, to the procuring buyers. In Florida, the usual one is 6%, which is paid in draws according to the buyer's payment. So as you see here on the slide, the typical payment schedule for a 6%, it would be 2% commission due at contract signing and after the expiration of the 15 days recession period. So here in Florida, every buyer gets 15 days after they sign the contract as a rescission period in which he can change his mind and exit the deal and not lose his deposit. Second would be, then 1% commission will be due at groundbreaking, 1% commission due at unit level, 1% commission is due at top off, 1% commission is due at closing. Now, keep in mind again, this may vary slightly from developer to developer. Okay. So how do you set up how do you partner with us, the Gebhardt Cohen Group? So we are actually the experts of Miami and Florida real estate markets. Okay, so we know exactly where every project is located at, what is the surroundings of it, what schools they're close by. So this is why our discovery call is so important at the very beginning, so that we know which of the 50 projects we're going to present to your client. We have an in-depth local market knowledge and provide expert location guidance. We have extensive knowledge of all the new developments in all the areas and neighborhoods. We maintain personal relationships with all the developers and their in-house sales events. And this is very important because we get invited to all the VIP presentations and we actually get the latest news and trends at first hand. We are the first to get new releases and developers, friends, and family deals. We are the first to get back on the market opportunities from those delinquent buyers. We offer competent customer consultation and support. We accompany and register your clients at local sales centers to ensure our commission. If your clients go on their own, there's no broker in the middle, there's nothing you can do. We share our commission 50-50 with our partners, licensed real estate brokers and agents. But let's talk now about how will be the setup of a partnership with us, the Gephardt Caban Group. So let's talk about setting up a partnership with the Gephardt Caban Group. So both of our brokers will execute a referral agreement for each particular customer. At that point, you will forward your customer's contact information to us. We will contact your customer for a consultation to determine their needs and investment goals. We will set up an in-person or virtual presentation of the project matching their criteria. Our broker executes a registration and commission agreement with the developer. Your customer executes a reservation or a purchase agreement with the developer, and our broker receives the draws of the commissions and sends 50% to each draw to your broker. And that will be all. Okay, so of course, if anybody would have a question, we're more than happy to answer any of those questions to you. In the screen now, you have both of our names, both of our phone numbers and email addresses, which you can reach to us at any point. We really hope that you guys will see the value to this presentation and can.
We look forward to your questions. We look forward to work with you and make a lot of commission together.
All right, so there you have it, folks. That's everything in a nutshell. And definitely reach out to Michael and Mata, and they are the experts in that area. I live in Denver, Colorado, and I rely on them to be able to share more information about these amazing opportunities that are going on in the Miami area. So take advantage of being able to now sell beachfront properties in Miami, Florida, like you always dreamed of when you were decided to be a real estate agent. So with that, we'll say so long and talk to you soon. Take care.